Hi guys, welcome to the Bench podcast. First of all, I'd like to apologise for the lack of videos over the last couple of weeks. We've been quite busy, and obviously with these and the lockdowns and stuff, we've been a bit busy and having a few commitments and stuff. But we are still committed and going to be uploading a bit more in the next week or two, just to compensate for that. So don't you guys worry. Obviously, I suppose the only change you've had is George's had a new haircut. I've had an haircut.
Yeah.
So we're a bit more presentable.
You've not.
I haven't had a haircut.
Ethan's
changed,
not.
mate.
So me and George at least look presentable now with our hair. So that's the main thing.
Yeah, 1 million subscribers and I'll change my haircut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that there should be a like and subscribe on this video because me and Bennett have had an haircut. I think that should be enough, really. But anyway,
you can share the video for a haircut, but yeah, that's cool.
So on my right we have Ethan Cunnison.
Hello.
And below me we have George Bennett.
Great. Hi guys, welcome back. It's been a long time, but we're back ready for more podcasts, and we want to get going with this. So let's keep going.
Right, and so today we are talking about the big FA Cup semi-final fixture between Chelsea and Manchester City. A potential quadruples on the line for Man City, which I personally don't know, but I'm sure we all don't want to happen because City fans would never shut up about it.
But Kiki, we're going to be very impartial. We won't be biased in this preview.
Oh no, I'm not. I won't be biased.
It says the guy with the Man United shirt on. Yeah, that's yeah.
I won't be biased, but I'm going to set the fact now. I don't want that to happen, but fair play if they do. And a Chelsea team who are also fighting for a few for Champions League, FA Cup, and obviously fight the top four in the Premier League. So it's got all the ingredients for two teams that are on pretty good form. We've had a couple of little slip-ups in the last few weeks, but who are still mostly winning games and picking up points, which is good. And we're going to be previewing it and something we're going to try out because we haven't really done it before. We've previewed like other games quickly, but we're going to try and mainly focus on this game today. So it's good to look forward to. And well, I'll start with the preview, I suppose. Obviously, it's the FA Cup semi-final. I think is it on Saturday? Is it?
Yeah.
Saturday, yeah. Wembley. Is there fans there?
I don't think so. No.
I think it's for bringing in fans. I think it's
Carabao
going to
Cup
be
final. It's for Manchester v Tottenham in the Carabao Cup final.
Oh, okay. So
I think they're going to aim getting in fans for the respective finals. I think so. FA Cup final, League Cup finals. We know. I don't know about the Champions League final yet, but
it's more of a UEFA decision, though. I think that one, but yeah, we'll find out.
But obviously, it's going to be a big game. Obviously, a lot of people are going to watch it, and for me, it's two probably the most informed teams in Europe and in the Premier League at the moment. Yes, they both had slip-ups. Obviously, West Brom had a bit. Chelsea were beaten by West Brom very surprisingly a couple of weeks ago. But since then, have responded well to beating Porto twice and to beating Crystal Palace. So they bounced back really well. And, I think Chelsea fans have got the right to be excited. With Thomas Tuchel, he definitely seems to have put his mark on the team. Obviously, I think everyone's going to have a slip-up at some point. And obviously, that was probably a one-off game, which, probably wasn't ideal. We didn't expect it, but it is what it was. But, they're still in good form. And there'll be a big test for us coming up against a City team who obviously have had some tough games and obviously but they've managed to get through against Dortmund pretty, not comfortably, but with a reasonably good scoreline. And, I was actually surprised Dortmund didn't score more goals because of the threat they have, obviously, with Haaland. But Haaland was pretty quiet during the two games, to be fair. So that's fair play to City. But, Man City obviously lost to Leeds at the weekend, which was another shock result. But, I mean, Leeds actually had 2 shots, 2 goals. So it's the biggest definition of smash and grab you'll get. But, fair play to them. But it's a big game and we've got a lot to talk about it. And, for me, I think City will probably win, but obviously you never know. Football's a funny game. So we'll pass it on to Ethan to go first and what do you think is going to happen? Like lineups, or how do you see it going?
Well, just to like give like a brief talk about it, let Bennett say what he has to say next as well. But I think this has got to shape up to be a really good semi-final. You've got City been brilliant most of the season. I know they had a shaky start at the start of the Premier League season, but they found their feet early on, and since then they've been close to unbeatable, even though they had a little slip up against Leeds United. But I think as good as City are with like star players such as like De Bruyne, Phil Foden, Sterling, Rodri, Cancelo, the list goes on. I think teams such as Chelsea should use, especially City's losses against Leeds and Man United, as a blueprint to beat City, because you can tell this City side, like of course, as you know, big football fan. I do listen to a lot of big podcasts, and then like this City side, even though they score a lot of goals, the goals are spread out between different players in the team. Like Gundogan's had a fair few.
Is it top goal scorer, I think?
Yeah, so Phil Foden's had a few, Sterling's had a few, Jesus has had a few, but they haven't got that main outlet like they had it before in Aguero.
Well, obviously, Aguero's had his injury problems, obviously, and then you've got obviously they've been linked with Haaland as well. But it's an interesting one.
So even though you've got a team that scores a lot of goals through different players, don't have that main outlet goal scorer. But that's when you see City not really scoring. Like they score a lot of goals, but not a lot, if you know what I mean. And I think this Chelsea side, this Thomas Tuchel side, he knows how to. They're really good in possession. They're really good defending. I'd say he's definitely improved the defensive aspect of Chelsea that was really behind or weak under Frank Lampard. So I think it's going to be really interesting, because I think I can really see if Chelsea like nick a goal through like a Giroud, for example. I can see him hanging on to like a 1-0 lead for most of the game, because I think this Chelsea side can do that.
Well,
if you want to speak on more about it.
I'll let George go.
See, it's an interesting one, because obviously, from a Man City point of view, obviously when they lost to Leeds, for me, it was a clear like just like a little trip up, really, because the way they've been playing since the turn of the year, it's been crazy how in form they've been. And obviously they've done it all without a player like Aguero, like regularly starting, and obviously we all know he's going to be leaving the end of the season. So obviously players have had to step up. Players like obviously Phil Foden this year's come on leaps and bounds. You've got Gundogan, who's obviously the top scorer this season. It's an interesting team that they've got, but they are lacking that main striker to have up front. And then obviously you've got Chelsea, who they've obviously recovered now. Tuchel's come in. Their signings have been a bit hit and miss. Obviously you've got Kai Havertz, he's starting to come into his own a little bit more recently, but I still feel he needs to do a lot more. And then Timo Werner has been a complete flop, really, in my opinion. For the promise that he's shown in the Bundesliga last season for Leipzig and the years before that, he doesn't seem to have taken to the Premier League that well, really. And he seems to have like become like another long line of Chelsea flop strikers, like you got Shevchenko, Torres, etc. So Morata maybe you could count as well. So it's another. For me personally, I think City are going to edge this one. I'm going to jump ahead a little bit. Obviously, I think City are going to edge this one. Obviously, we can go through our team sheets a bit later on, or unless you two got anything else to add. And
can you do anything to add before we talk about the team, the lineups?
I think just a quick thing. I think obviously, I think City will win, but there's part of me that if Chelsea score first, they could do what Man United did. I think if you score first against Man City, I think it can not derail it. But the one thing I will say Man City is when they go 1-0 up, they're a team that then controls the game.
Yeah.
They've got more confidence.
I know what you're saying.
They've got less pressure on them to score. But when you go 1-0 up against them, I've noticed finishing from their team lacks. They don't have the composure. They struggle to. They
It's
create
'cause
chances. They
Because
create
you
chances, but
go on.
they create chances, but they just never really get it in the back of the net, or they can't force it in. So if you can go, I mean, okay, well, I said they struggle, but they went behind against Dortmund last night. But the only thing is with Dortmund,
Yeah, but
Dortmund's
if you-
defense is poor.
If you look at that, for example, the Dortmund game, the first off, like when Dortmund obviously scored, like they were really not really poor, but they couldn't manage to like put in back of the net. City couldn't, and like with City, I think City are really wasteful with their shots. Like
Because
they pass it around and they want to score that like the perfect goal, and most time they do, but it doesn't work all the time.
The way I see it is, if City do go down, let's say as a 1-0, they do seem like King said, they seem to panic. Maybe like want to try and, like get the ball in as quickly as possible so they can get the goal back. But obviously that can leave them exposed at the back as exposing defence. So it can be a bit, I don't know, it can be an awkward one for them.
The thing is I'll say as well is when teams go like 1-0 up against City, they kind of sit off them. City are a team that if they're attacked, they're vulnerable because they're not used to it. This is why I remember when West Ham played them and they lost 2-1 to City in the end. But if you attack their defence, if you go at them, they're not. Diaz is all right. In fact, Diaz is a good defender, but he's not. Like a Van Dijk. He's not a Van Dijk. He's not like you can't get past him. Stones is okay. Their fullbacks are. I mean, Cancelo's more of an attacking fullback. Zinchenko's okay.
Zinchenko's a winger originally. Obviously, they had to drop him back. So really, they haven't really got a defensive fullback.
Really. City's defence is it's nothing special. So I don't know why people.
But their defence has never been. I think this is the best defence they've had in a very long time. But with this City squad, like they don't need to defend because they mostly hold the possession in their squads. I think the way to beat this side, if you go direct, you can get in behind them, and like I think it leads on to like who you choose for the lineup. I think potentially if Chelsea start like a player like Giroud.
Exactly. That's exactly that team. The team sheet that I've got for Chelsea, I've gone with a.
Well, let's go into the team sheets then.
Okay.
Let's go into team sheets. We'll start with Chelsea's team.
If you want. Yeah. Do you want me to start?
Yeah. Start with Chelsea's team, Bennett.
Okay. So team. Let me just bring it up. Hang on, I'm on the wrong one here.
Giroud's their best striker.
Oh, wrong one.
Yeah, we agree.
So for me, I've gone. Right, I'll go through the formations are 3-4-2-1 basically. Okay. So I've gone Mendy in goal. I've gone for Rudiger, Zuma, and Azpilicueta as the three centre backs.
Okay.
We've got Ben Chilwell, Reece James as the right wing backs / like right mid, left mid, etc. You've got Jorginho and Kante in the midfield. You've got Mason Mount and Kai Havertz in attacking midfield, and then Giroud up front.
Okay. Because
obviously, as we discussed with Ethan said about the direct play for Chelsea, I feel that Giroud's obviously perfect for that. He's the perfect sort of target man for Chelsea. I do rate him as a striker, to be fair. Like Timo Werner, while he obviously got the pace and obviously he's quite good on the counter attack, for example. His finishing's been really poor this season, and while Giroud's obviously not a consistent goal scorer, Giroud's known to cause defenders quite a lot of problems due to his height and the way he's good on the ball when it's played into it. Like he's into him basically. So I think that might be quite a good avenue for Chelsea to go down. Really, I don't know what you two think, but.
You want to go with your lineup for Chelsea?
Yeah, I've got it here. So I've got Mendy in goal. Pretty simple choice. I don't know why they play Kepa personally. But Mendy in goal, I'm sure he'll play. Reece James right back.. Zuma. Is Zuma injured?
I don't think so. No.
No, I don't think so. I think
He
he's on the
plays,
bench
yeah.
against Porto. He's on the bench against Porto.
Yeah,
Mm.
Zoom. I think Zuma will play. I've also put Marcus Alonso to play, so Chilwell.
So you're playing a back four or back five?
I've gone for a back four. I've gone for a 4-3-3.
Okay.
It's not the main formation I know really when it comes to stuff like this. So I just
Think what they're going to play. Go ahead.
It's your choice. Yeah.
And then obviously I've gone for Kante and Jorginho not holding midfield. I've gone for Mount as an attacking mid, and then I've gone for Pulisic, Hudson-Odoi, and Giroud. And to be honest with you, Giroud is their best striker.
Yeah,
so
by far,
why would I play more?
I think he's one of the Premier League's most underrated strikers for me.
Yeah, he is.
He's not a natural goal scorer, but he's so useful to have in your side.
I think he'd be good at a team like, someone like, I don't know, like a West Ham or, or a Leicester, maybe not Leicester, Everton or something.
I'll tell you what, if he was younger, I'd have him at Liverpool. Maybe not as maybe starting striker, but as a good bit of like cover. I'd have him at Liverpool, especially the way that we play. But anyway, that's going off topic of it. But
yeah, that's my team, and I feel that we'll make a few changes. The left back one's questionable with Alonso. Will he play Alonso? Will he play Chilwell? He may play Chilwell, to be fair, but I think he might play Alonso. Possibly, because Alonso does offer a bit more in attack and he's got good set pieces, although he can't defend. But I suppose it depends. To be fair, Thiago Silva would have been in my team, but he's suspended, so.
He's kind of like a modern fullback, but the fact is he's not particularly pacey or anything, though, is he really? So I don't know why Chelsea persists with him, really. Obviously, cover, but you can do better, I think.
Yeah, he's a funny player, really, Alonso. Like, he's got a good shot on him, and he's passing and crossing is pretty good, but defensively he's poor. And at the end of the day, if I was a manager and I wanted to have fullbacks, I want my fullbacks to main priorities that they can defend, because that's the one thing people forget now is a fullback's job is to defend. And then now everyone like gets all the pundits and gets like, oh my god, look at this, he's amazing, he can attack, he can do this, he can do that, brilliant. But if you can't defend, then you shouldn't be a fullback, you should be a winger. So, and that's where like players like, I think, Wan-Bissaka or something like that, yeah, attacking wise, they're not as good as some of the fullbacks, but it's just the fact that Wan-Bissaka can defend one-on-ones, he's got good tackling ability. And ultimately, yeah, sometimes it can be frustrating going forward, but I'd want that from a fullback that can defend. Like, our fullbacks, look at Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw can defend and he can attack. He's got loads of assists. Like, that's why I think he's the best left back in the league at the moment. But, Chelsea really, they could do better. They've got Chilwell. They may play Chilwell. They probably will play Chilwell, but I'll just put Alonso in because, FA Cup, but there uses a bit of rotation, isn't there? So,
Yeah.
Go on, Ethan, look to you. Gone off you.
So, my lineup, I think I can see Cal's going with a 3-4-3 or yeah. So I'm going for Mendy in goal, a back three of Christensen, Zuma, and Azpilicueta.
Okay.
Honestly, like a lot, got Azpilicueta's experience, obviously, and then like the slight pace of Zuma and Christensen. I think to cover players like Sterling.
I don't think Christensen's that fast, to be fair. He seems like just a standard
Yeah, I know, but I'd say I'm out of Rudiger and if Thiago Silva, I'd say that he's probably the quickest out of the three. And I'm ball playing as well. I think Christensen's a good ball player from the back. If you want to hold possession.
The best defenders, Thiago.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's got the experience. But my midfield four in the middle. I'm going for Ben Chilwell at left wing back, Jorginho and Kante, 2 centre mids, and Reece James as the right wing back, and then the 2 cams / full wide forwards. I'm going for Havertz. He's been good, slight good form lately. Starting to see his form back at Bayer Leverkusen. Mason Mount I'd say he's been Chelsea's best player this season. I think, for me, I'd probably say he's a shoo-in for the England squad, if I'm honest. And linking back to what we said before, like going direct, using those like ball-playing centre-backs, like going direct to Giroud. I want Giroud to be starting up front for Chelsea because I think he can pin back those, using those 3 forwards, he can pin back Stones and Diaz. And if you like,
he can give them a bit of, he can basically just give them a bit of like bit of problems, really. Obviously,
Yeah.
you got Chilwell and Reece James who can come and put some crosses into the box for him, and obviously you got the deep line like sort of role that they can that Havertz and Mount can play, and then it would help Giroud out a lot, I think.
I think if Giroud targets like John Stones, because John Stones for me he does have a mistake in him. He's had a great season. He's got a mistake in him. I think if he puts a bit of pressure in there on John Stones a little bit, he can release like Havertz and Mount around him. So
okay.
So City lineups.
Right, do you want me to? I'll start with City then. Hang on a second, let me bring that up. Right, okay. So we've got Ederson in goal. I think. Has Zach Steffen been playing mostly for Man City in the cup?
I'm not too sure. I don't know if. Let me have a look.
So, I know obviously Zach Steffen's going to. I know he's played in the League Cup and all that sort of stuff. But
yeah, he did play. He did play in the last FA Cup against Everton.
Okay, so maybe that might change. Then I'd personally have Ederson, but it probably will be Zach Steffen because they'll keep him in goal for those cup games. Okay, so we've got left back, we've got Zinchenko, we've got Cancelo at right back, and Diaz and Stones at centre back. Midfield 3, we've got Gundogan, Rodri, and De Bruyne, and we've got an attacking 3 of Sterling, Jesus, and Mahrez. So 4-3-3 basically, yeah.
I agree with George. I think Steffen will go in goal. Right back, I'm going to go with Walker. I'm going to go with Stones, Laporte.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And I want to go with Benjamin Mendy, left back.
Oh, wow, okay.
A complete departure.
Field, Fernandinho. Who else? Gundogan. Oh no. Fernandinho, Bernardo Silva, and Foden. Okay. De Bruyne will be rested. And we're going to go with Mahrez, Aguero.
Oh,
and
big one.
Is Aguero fit?
Yeah, Aguero
He is fit.
So I wasn't sure because I know he's been in and out of the City team this year, and obviously, we've not been sure whether he's been able to stay fit or not. But I mean, I've put Jesus there, but yeah, it's
Mahrez, Aguero, and Sterling for me.
Okay. For me, I'm going to say I want Ederson. Well, I thought Ederson probably played because semi-final, the one that progressed through to the final of the FA Cup. So I thought that you'd start Ederson for me.
Yeah.
I want to like Walker at right back, Stones and Diaz. I'm going to put Cancelo in that left back because he can play at left back. And I think if he's gonna play that kind of like inverted wing back role that he's played like great for City this season, I think he's good. He can be like an asset at the left wing back spot because I think left back's kind of their weakest position City have.
Cancelo's their best fullback.
It's that and for me, it's either left back or striker. They need to sort out really if they're going to keep going with what they're doing. But
so then midfielders I'm going for Gundogan, De Bruyne, and Rodri in the centre, and then my front 3 I want Foden on the right, Jesus down the middle, and Sterling on the left.
Foden's a cam.
But he's played a lot on the right for City.
He can play a lot of. He can play quite a few attacking positions. To be fair to him, so it's his choice anyway. But
yeah,
I think different lineups there. To be fair from us, but I mean City. To be fair, when they could play players from the bench and it's fitting most teams' first team. To be fair, so with the amount of money they spent, it's stuff. I mean, they should, as I said, what City are doing really. they should be with the money they spend on players. And everyone's just like, oh, it's incredible, it's incredible. I'm thinking, well, yeah, they're only a good achievement, but shouldn't you be doing that with that group of players that you've got?
Yeah.
I
mean, Man City's main worry is not trying to get the FA Cup really. Their main aim is to get a Champions League trophy in their cabinet because that's
I think they're going for everything.
The quality of their backup squad as well as their starting 11, they can afford to do that, unlike other Premier League teams. But really, their main aim is Champions League. Whatever they say, they can win the Premier League, they can win the League Cup and the FA Cup and get a treble. But if they don't win the Champions League, then I think their season isn't going to be the best.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to win the Champions League. Are they playing PSG or Madrid?
PSG.
Well, PSG will tear them to pieces.
I wouldn't say tear to pieces, but I think PSG will still win.
Mbappe, Neymar will. They will defend. Their centre halves will be falling over.
Guys, let's get back on track. Man City, Chelsea preview. New Champions League another day. But I really want to know from each one of you, who is your player from both teams? No, not like player overall. Who you're going to be looking out for?
The one to watch.
This game. The one to watch this game. Who's going to be man of the match this game?
So we'll do two from each team then, basically. So
no, just one in the whole match.
Oh, okay.
One player to look out for.
Okay, so for me, I'd say it's tough because City obviously the clear favourites to win it, and obviously you've got Chelsea. If they play their game correctly, if they set the game plan properly, I think they could do something. But I feel like a player like Rodri might be quite an unsung hero because obviously when he signed for Man City last year, he had a bit of a slow start and he seemed to be trying to get used to the Premier League. But this year he's really started to come into his own, and he's obviously become quite a key man for Pep Guardiola, really. And obviously he's obviously as a deep line defensive like midfielder, he's going to be in a. Maybe not similar to maybe Fabinho, obviously because that's the one player I can compare him to because I saw Liverpool last season, and he plays fairly similar to him, really. But if you can get a player like that to play deep and sweep up those balls that can come into, say, like to Giroud or like a ball from like Mount or Havertz, I feel like a player like Rodri is going to become really key in a game like this because he can recycle the possession, lay it off to the more attacking players, and basically just build from there, really. And yeah, I think that's for me personally, that's the key man.
What player are you looking out for this game? Who's going to be the decider?
I think it's going to be Foden, to be honest. I just think Foden's just going to be the one. It could be a tight game, and he'll just a bit of brilliance or a bit of individual quality, a bit of skill. I think we'll win this game, and with the confidence and form he's on, I just see him being the one that could change it. I mean, City really. I mean, I remember when De Bruyne was injured, they didn't even need him. Foden just stepped up, and City, to be fair, there's parts of their squad that are weak or not as strong, but they've just got so many strong positions and players. They can be beaten. They are beatable, but for most of the games of the season, they're just the players in the team. They're just too good, and I just see Foden. To be fair, I just think he's going to get better and better as a player, and I just think he'll be the one that can just really turn it around for City. I mean, I could be wrong. It could be something we don't know, do we? But I feel like he's going to be the one that's going to cause the most problems for Chelsea, and he's their main creative player. So,
go ahead, Ethan. Who's your main man?
My main man, I think, is going to change the game. I've said in this episode. I think Giroud is going to be the difference maker for me.
From a Chelsea point of view, I think he would be the man. Yeah, I'd agree with that one. Yeah,
I can see. Obviously, we're going to get into like predicted scores, but I think Giroud is going to be the main man. Like in this game, I think he's going to be the decider. Yeah, what do you think the scores are going to be to probably finish off today?
I feel the game. I feel it's going to be quite a cagey game. I'm going to say it's going to be a tactical battle for me, and I feel that it won't be a high scoring game, but
No.
I think maybe it could be like a 1-goal type thing. I think City will just edge it just.
Oh, okay.
And I'll predict the goal score will probably be.
Andrew's goal scorers for the betters out there.
Yeah. If we get a betting company to sponsor us in the next podcast or so, then we'll
365, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. I'd say I'd fancy maybe Morris to score. Don't ask me why, but I just have a feeling he will. But
You've
anyway.
got a hunch.
Yeah,
Bingy, what do you think the score's going to be?
I'm going to complete opposite. I'm going to go 3-2 Man City.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I've got some predicted scores from a few of my mates here. So Adam, shout out Adam.
He's done the podcast before, yeah.
Yeah, Adam thinks it's going to be 3-1 Chelsea. No, 3-1 City, sorry. Sorry, Adam. It's like Mount's going to score, Foden, Stones, and Morris. And we've got Brandon as well, also on the podcast. He's saying it's going to be 0-0.
Oh.
And it's going to go to penalties.
Well, I might as well not watch the game.
Who did you say would win on penalties?
Looking back, I think
Probably City.
I think it's Chelsea. I think, yeah, Chelsea to win on penalties.
Chelsea could edge on it. Fair play.
And me, I think it's going to be to finish off. I think it's going to be 2-1 Chelsea. You know, I've got a feeling.
Everyone thinks Chelsea will get something. You know,
I
haven't.
I think City are going to just edge it for me. But it's fair play. It's your choice. But
before now, City just completely demolished it. I would laugh.
I think people are saying it because they don't want Man City to win, which is fair enough in the same way. But
I don't really want Chelsea winning, to be honest. I don't like either.
But it's from our perspective, it's basically pick your poison. Really, who would you prefer to go through out of the two?
I know you can't stand Chelsea, but I know you can't stand Man City either, can you?
I can accept maybe Man City more because as a Liverpool fan, they haven't really won many. Like they haven't won obviously a Champions League, and obviously I want it to stay that way. So I'm not as fussed if they win, like say, an FA Cup or two, or maybe another Premier League title. But I don't want Chelsea catching up for trophies at all. But anyway,
why don't you like Chelsea, George? That's
a completely different story, guys.
Podcast. I'm not Chelsea fans until the time comes.
The George and Chelsea fans.
We'll wait.
But yeah, guys, always put your predicted scores in the comments.
Ethan, I've just had a neighbour shout he thinks 2-1 Man City.
Okay. So you're going to win then.
Yeah.
Kingy, do you want to close it off for us, mate?
Yeah, I'll close this off. So, we're going to probably do more of these in the future. I know it's probably a bit late in the season when we started doing it, but, you know, it's some... Obviously, with new ideas, you think of new ideas, and obviously we're trying to get more content. Cup
finals coming up. Obviously, you've got the Carabao Cup. We could obviously Champions League, Europa League, etc.
Yeah, and there's some big games coming up in the Premier League as well. Obviously, another thing as well. Hopefully, soon in a few more weeks, if everything goes to plan, we might be able to go around to Ethan's in his recording studio and do it from there. So we won't have to be on a Zoom call for like the first time in a. Yeah, because I bought this bloody mic and I've not even used it yet, so it's a bit frustrating. Soon. So that's something to look forward to. So things are going to get better, and the content and the video quality is going to get better. So there's reasons to be cheerful, and hopefully we're all hoping you guys are enjoying the videos. But we're going to end this one today, and as I said, leave comments or message us on Facebook or whatever you think, or whatever you think your scores will be, and we can always mention you, and we can always do like a memorable mentions or in the comments from fans. It could be a thing we could do as well. We could put that into. We're open to new ideas here, so because we're always willing to learn and try new things that our fans ask us to do. So, but so just leave us your comments or drop us a message. What you think is going to happen, and hopefully you all enjoy the game. I hope it's not a 0-0 like Brandon says, but You know,
Yeah.
we might put the curse on it now. But no, thank you guys for watching today. And as again, I'm sorry for the lack of videos, but we will make up for it in the next few weeks and bring out some more content for you in the coming weeks. So it's goodbye from George.
Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.
And it's a goodbye from Ethan.
See you guys. Goodbye.
Ethan's doing, for some reason, surrender goodbye. I don't know what that was, but never mind. And yeah, so it's a goodbye from me as well. And we look forward to seeing you in the next episode. And check out our other videos as well if you've missed any. Go through
and subscribe as well.
Yes, and subscribe as well. We do really appreciate it. But yeah, check out other videos. You know, we've got the playlist on our YouTube, so you know, always check out previous videos. You know, they're interesting and there's some good ones in there for you as well. So, yeah, more videos coming. But thanks again for listening, and we will see you soon. So, it's a goodbye from all of us.
Goodbye.
See you later.
See ya.
Good evening, everybody. A pleasure and a privilege, as always, to be at Anfield, where we are hoping for another miracle like Istanbul. Shaqiri in his own half rolls it square towards Matip. Mitchell up to Mane, mistake, Mane into the area, great skill, Henderson's in the box, Henderson,
City celebrating. The party really is just getting started. They've had to wait a very long time.